Those Who Wish Me Dead is a 2021 action thriller. It is directed by Taylor Sheridan, has a screenplay by Michael Corita, Charles Leavitt, and of course Taylor Sheridan. It's based on Those Who Wish Me Dead by Michael Corita.
It stars Angelina Jolie, Finn Little, Aidan Gillen, and Jon Bernthal.
The budget for this movie was somewhere right around 20 million, with a limited box office take of 7.6 million, and also released on streaming service HBO Max.
It has a tomato meter rating of 63% with an audience score of 84%.
Based on the 2014 novel of the same name, Those Who Wish Me Dead follows a young boy named Connor. After his father is killed for finding out a major secret that implicates many powerful people, Connor finds himself in the Montana wilderness trying to run from the hitmen. Luckily, he runs into a smoke jumper with the survival skills needed to assist, played by Angelina Jolie. So my first initial thoughts of this, I mean, it is a cheesy action thriller. There is quite a bit of cheese in it. Mucho queso is a term that came to mind. It is not great, but it's not horrible. I do have to admit though, I found myself kind of bored while watching this. There were multiple times that I had to specifically tell myself to put the phone down and pay attention. Like, I found my mind wandering and wanting to do other things. It did not grab me in the way many movies do, and especially I think an action movie should. It needs to have scenes that really grab your attention and keep you invested. And a lot of this, I didn't care enough about some of the characters and what was going on to really feel invested whatsoever. So to give this any kind of verdict, it's definitely not the worst movie I've ever seen. There are great redeeming parts of this. As always, Jon Bernthal gave a great performance. I thought that Aidan Gillen was really good in it as well. Of course, Angelina Jolie did her thing. She's a great actress. But it's not that great. If a friend puts this on, I don't think you need to try to avoid it like the plague, but it's not the type of movie that while watching it, you can just feel your brain cells dying. It is not that bad, but I just would not go out of my way to watch it. So for a general audience, I am going to give this one a no. I think it's something you could skip and you're not going to be missing out on much. What about you?
Oh, this movie, if you call it that, is I'm just kidding. I liked it. I feel like the main appeal to me was you can tell this is based on a book because of kind of the way the plot goes with it. It's a good story, I think. And that's kind of a testament to the writing. Most of the acting I thought was pretty good. There were a few moments of cheese. I thought Finn Little, dude can act.
Yeah.
He did a really good job. And it's odd because I actually felt fairly invested in this movie, and a lot of the time when we do like talks, like I'm the one that's usually going on and on about not feeling invested, or I probably talk about character development more than I should in every episode. And in this film, I there are a few characters that were a bit flat. Ethan, played by Jon Bernthal, did not get a lot. Hannah, played by Angelina Jolie, I thought was pretty well developed. Finn, honestly, I feel like the character was developed just by the talent, and because I'm only saying talent because he's young, by the talent of the actor that played him. I like the fact that there's several little storylines going on at once. I did kind of call a few things that I thought were going to happen in the movie that ended up more or less being true. I thought it was cool to see Nicholas Hoult play someone other than Beast from X-Men. Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to be a jerk about his range, because I don't think this is a role where he really got to do much. Mm-hmm. I think there was a type of character they wanted him to play as like a no spoilers, but a hitman will say, kind of. But yeah, I didn't hate it. I felt invested in the characters. I was able to relate to several of the characters. I found some of the storyline appealing. There's a couple scenes where I felt like they could have created more tragedy, and I kind of felt like they were kind of babying the audience a little bit. I don't know if that makes sense. I feel like they could have come at us a little bit harder, and really hit us with some really like gut wrenching like plot points, and I feel like we really didn't get hit that hard. Also, I don't know how accurate this is compared to the book, but I wonder if some of the plot points I thought could have been a little harder on the audience weren't. I recognize I have a lot to say about this one right now.
It's all good.
So for this one, I've actually already recommended this to all the guys on my team at work. I've recommended it to a few coworkers. I really like this one. I felt like the characters were well enough developed that I felt invested. I didn't really consider it an action film, and that might be part of the reason why I feel a little differently about it, because I didn't really consider it an action film at all, even though there's a good bit of action that happens. So for me on this one, I'm gonna give it a yes, because I generally do think that there's a lot of people that would probably enjoy the film. But I would say maybe don't think of it as an action film, because if that's what you're expecting, you will be disappointed.
I can see that. That's fair. Well, there are some plot points, even though some of it is weak. There are some plot points that could be spoiled by this. So we're gonna bring out this little guy right here, and Spoiler Terry's just gonna ruin everything for us. There we go.